Hey everybody, this is Rob with the Trucking Resources channel, and this is a story I've been talking about doing for a while. I wanted to talk about the yellow Kenworth, and people wanted to know about it and see inside, and so today we're going to go over it. But this video is also going to be about what not to do when buying a truck. This truck was a nightmare for me when I bought it. Mostly my own fault, but I will explain how I was lied to, and you know, I didn't do my due diligence. So hopefully, if you're looking at an older truck like this, or even a newer truck, you do the research and don't trust anybody's word for it. So let's get into talking about the truck, and I'll talk about what I've done to it and how I bought it, and you know, what we did past that. All right, when I bought this truck, it had full fenders on it, full yellow fenders, and they look good. It didn't really fit our application. You know, we pull dry vans, and my driver Scott did not want to deal with it, and neither did I wouldn't like to have them. We decided to go, we sold the fenders, and we put on big Hogue Bill quarter fenders, and put on light bars on the back, and the truck did come with new wheels. I know it had new wheels on it, and it came with tires. The tires were brand new when we got it. We actually still have those same drives on here. I know at one point it was low pro 24 5s, and they changed it to tall 22 5s, which I might change again. All this stuff on the back was already done. Originally, from what I've been told, the original owner of it, which I'll talk about the original owner in a while. Of course, so before, it's actually a 120-inch sleeper. And it's a flat top Kenworth, a little bit different than the Aero1 Kenworth. And this truck was originally ordered as a 300-inch wheelbase day cab, and the sleeper was put on after it was bought by the original owner. So on the front end, the original owner told me that he had not owned it very long when somebody hit him in the front, and so he ended up buying a Jones Performance hood for it and doing the single round headlights on it, and it's been that way I guess ever since. Now, I do know when I bought it, the double J brackets were original, but they did replace the headlights. So that's the very first thing that I noticed was a problem after I bought the truck. When I left to come home with it at nighttime, I pulled out, it only had low beams. Why? Because the guy who put the headlights on only hooked up the low beams. Guess he figured that was good enough. No turn signals, no high beams, no nothing. It also didn't have the LED lights in it. I changed that to the LED lights and put the visors on it. But yeah, had it wired up, just the low beams, just enough to get by to sell the truck. You know, when I bought the truck, I mean, you know, who checks that? You would think it works. Now, I know now I will never buy a truck again without checking it. Had the lights on the fenders. We switched it over to LED. Nothing on this truck was LED. The air cleaner lights are LED now, though you can't tell right now. The lights up on the turn signals on the mirrors are LED now, and all the lights up top are also, which they weren't before. So the tanks are wrapped in stainless steel. You can see they're a little bit beat up. They got some scratches and stuff on them, but I do know that the original owner did that to this, so that means it's, what, 19 years old, or yeah, probably 19 years old them stainless steel covers are, so I can't complain. You see the box back there has some straps around it. That's because The brackets broke on them, and that's something that's getting fixed here. Getting fixed this weekend. Somebody painted the steps black. I don't know why. The original owner told me they are aluminum steps. In fact, he spent even more money to get them, you know, the polished aluminum, and I don't know why somebody painted it black. That's something to be done in the future. Actually, while we're here, the visor on this was also painted black, and I just couldn't stand it, so we had to get a stainless visor for it. It had the same visor on it, but painted black. Alright, so here is the interior of it. Now, you notice it's got a red interior. They actually call it ox blood. Yeah, I can get to that too then. It's got 2 Legacy silver seats. It did come with the brand new Legacy silver seats. But the seat belts were not hooked up. I didn't know that when I got the truck. I actually put my seatbelt on for the test drive, and so the seatbelt was hooked up to the seat. It just was not hooked up to the floor, so basically it was useless. Yep, again, corner cut that for no reason at all. No reason for that corner to be cut. So let's climb up in it. Yeah, here we are on the inside. And again, this is a 2004. The dashboard was all chromed up like this, but it was old chrome. We bought all new chrome for it. Actually, my driver bought a whole package. He wanted new chrome and bought all the new switches and everything, and all that. The steering wheel was worn down. I bought this. My driver likes skulls. Not sure why. Why do you like skulls so much, Scott? Anyway, but as we go on, so then I first got the truck and none of the interior lights worked. None of the dash lights. No clue why. Still don't know why. We got it fixed, but I don't remember what the problem was. But I bought the truck like that. Another stupid thing I should have checked. The windshield wipers worked, but not well. Only when they wanted to. Again, something else I should have checked better. There seems to be a whole list. About half of the switches in the truck worked properly. Half had to be replaced. The air conditioning dash controls, AC and heat dash controls, did not work properly. I thought they did. I got it to blow air, but I didn't check to make sure it flipped between all the settings. So this had to be replaced, and by the way, that's $1,100 part. So yeah, the console in this was brand new. They had put a brand new console in. I'm not sure why. I think it used to have a custom one that wasn't as nice anymore. And they put it in with 1 screw. And yeah, see if the blue lights work. I put the blue lights in later when I put the rest of the screws in the console. Again, did something to make it look good and didn't check it over good enough. Now, while I'm going off on a tangent about this truck, let me talk about a couple things that I can't show you. One is the brakes. The front brakes, this had new brakes all around, okay? And I did see that. I mean, you open it up, I saw that they were new brakes all around. Well, here's another thing that you should do. You wouldn't think you have to, but you do. Check the brake drums. So almost immediately started going down the road, hit the brakes, pulls to the right real hard. By the way, this had a new inspection on it. Somebody wrote a inspection sticker up for it. Started pulling hard to the right. Could not figure out what the problem is. Well, the problem is that the brake drum was cracked about that wide. So when the shoes push out, it just pushed the brake drum apart. By the way, the brake drum did fall into 3 pieces then. Now, I thought mechanics wouldn't put new brakes on with a broken brake drum, would they? Turns out they would. So always check the work. Never trust anybody. Now let's talk about the engine on this. So this is it's a 2004. It has a BXS prefix, Caterpillar C15. It's the A cert. It was the first of the A certs. When I got it, it said 300,000 miles or 350,000 miles or something on platinum rebuild. No paperwork. Let me tell you what no paperwork means, okay? You can do what you want, but no paperwork means no sale. Okay, if you have no paperwork, if an engine was rebuilt and there is no paperwork anywhere on it, well, either somebody's lying or you're the worst bookkeeper ever and don't deserve to be an owner-operator. But again, my mistake, and I knew that. You got to have paperwork, and again, you know, I keep saying, you know, there's a lot of blame to be led here, and a lot of it's on me too. I should have been way more diligent about it. But remember, no paperwork equals no sale. All right, now we are in the Sleeper. So at the back of the Sleeper, it has bunk beds, kind of standard Kenworth bunk beds. The rest of this was all custom built by the original owner. Put the cabinets in. Yeah, there's a long cabinet here. There's all the switches to work. When we got this, the cabinets for some reason were spray painted black. The original owner said that they were nice wood cabinets when he got it. It was way too dark back here for that. So we painted them gray. When I got the truck, I was told it was going to come with a brand new refrigerator and brand new microwave. I can tell you they were not brand new because there wasn't any. There was no place for a refrigerator and the microwave I put in. So another thing, I thought that wasn't a big deal at the time, but when everything else added up, yeah. So let me turn here, see what I can get from the front. All of this over here was cabinets. They had cabinets built up everywhere, and I ripped all of them out and we put an apartment size fridge in. Yeah, it does pretty good. You know, it holds a lot. I said my driver Scott and his wife Bonnie, I'll throw a picture of them up here. They go out, and Scott's the driver. They're not team drivers, but they stay out for about a month at a time. So here's the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. Not much to see. It's a shower. Down there is where the toilet goes. The toilet's not in it. Scott takes it home while he's here and cleans it out good. It's a cassette toilet. Rooftop air conditioner. When I got it, the rooftop air conditioner did not work properly, and we had to replace that. Another $1,200. So the engine, the way we realized that no paperwork should equal no sale is that when it blew the engine, I owned it less than 100,000 miles. It blew the engine. When we took it in for a rebuild at Cleveland Brothers Cat, they went through everything. It turned out it was the head gasket. There was a couple other problems in there, but when they went through everything, the bearings, when they took the bearings out, showed them to me, and they actually didn't look in bad shape for 1.3 million miles. A few experts looked at it, said, I guarantee you these were never touched. A platinum rebuild includes the bottom end too. We do know that there was some top end work done to it at some point, but now it has a new engine in it, totally rebuilt. The air-to-air had leaks in it. They replaced the air-to-air. I didn't even get to what a nightmare the wiring harness on the engine was. So they I had a whole new wiring harness put in, which is one of the best things I did. I mean, it wasn't all that expensive. You start having wiring problems on your engine, just pay the money and have a new wiring harness put on. They're fairly easy to do, or for a mechanic to do, and it'll save you so much trouble than trying to replace wiring on it. So this could be the longest video ever talking about what's been done to this truck, but I'm gonna cut it there. You know, I look ahead, not behind. There's still things now that we want to upgrade on it, but for the most part, it's a good running truck. The amount of money we have into it, I did add it up at one point, and it was $56,000 that we put into this on top of the sale price. Now, why am I not telling you who sold me the truck? Here's why. The company that sold me the truck, it wasn't their fault. We bought it. I bought it from a company that I've done business with for a while. This is the first truck I bought from them. But they do financing, they do some other things, and I bought the truck from them. The person who ripped me off on it and lied about everything is actually ripped them off. It was a third party. I'm not willing to say their name, but I will say they're in Groveland, Florida. Said that they did all this work, charged them for doing all this work, and this was what I got. Went through everything. Basically, they trusted him, and they got shafted. And I probably would be willing to, you know, throw them under the bus, but they don't deserve it, because they actually did make a lot of this right. You know, the amount, when I said $56,000 I've into that, a lot of that is on them. They made everything right, and they continue to be a company that I trust, and you know, we'll continue to do business with, hopefully for years to come. Remember, you know, bad things happen in this world, and it's not always, you know, so much being mad that it happens. You need to look at the way it's handled, and this was handled, you know, pretty professionally on their part. So overall, it was a lot of work. It wasn't easy, but it is a pretty cool truck. It's a lot of fun to drive. If you ever see it going down the road, driver's name is Scott, his wife's name is Bonnie. Scott always has the radio on, and he's always willing to talk. You could see it pretty much anywhere in this country except for California, of course. So, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to do a follow-up. I want to get a hold of the original owner. The original owner only owned it for, I think he said 3 or 4 years, but he built it. It was pretty cool. The truck actually came, it was maroon when it was originally built. Somebody painted it yellow years later, and but it was custom built. It was actually a really good build job. It was just neglect after he owned it, and I would love to get with him. I have talked to him on the phone a couple times, but I'd love to get with him and see if he could explain, you know, to all the viewers here, how he built it, what kind of business he was doing, why he got rid of it, and all that good stuff, because it's a pretty cool story. But for now, thanks for watching.